Hello, this is Poet, and welcome to A Doll's House, episode 18. Episode 18 is the last episode in my series of action-adventure puzzle games, A Doll's House. And this series of games have been released both for the PC Windows platform and for the Android platform. The episode numbers are a bit different between the two platforms, but the episodes themselves are in fact identical. This playthrough is on the PC Windows platform. This is a little bit about the controls. We may pass over that now, and this is a little bit about the difficulty settings. A nice thing about these games is that no matter what difficulty setting you choose, you will not miss out on any of the action. The number of enemies is the same on all difficulty settings, but they get progressively harder. The enemies are harder to beat, and you yourself will take a lot more damage on the higher difficulty settings. The moderate difficulty setting is the default setting. And the name of this 18th episode is A Troll's House. I will now start a new game, and during play I will save the game in different spots. There are total 10 slots you can save your game in, and it's advisable to save in different slots so that you have different stages of the game you can go back to if you get stuck. Lots of the puzzles in these games can be solved in no particular order, but sometimes you have to do things in the correct order in order to get on. And I will demonstrate that on some occasions. Anyway, I will save the game in different slots so that I will be able to go back to previous stages of the game if I should get stuck or cornered with too little health or ammunition. And I, for this demonstration, will choose a moderate difficulty setting. I have played through all episodes on the extreme difficulty setting, but some time ago I played the game so that I hope that by choosing the moderate difficulty setting I shall avoid being killed too much. And we start in a forest. In this forest we have to avoid at this stage of the game to be noticed by the green cloaked enemies. I will return to that. But the first one we meet is a brown cloaked enemy. He does not carry any firearms, so he is not all that dangerous. And these tin chalices will give you health. And before I go through there, I will save the game. Going through here, we will notice that this gate closes behind us. We can pick up some more health challenges and that is also necessary if we want to get full treasure bonus. But then we will move on as quickly as possible and avoid being noticed by any of the green clad enemies. What actually happened was that I happened to step on something dangerous. There are a lot of things in this forest that you must not step on because they are actually lethal. And I was also, I noticed, discovered by an enemy. But let's continue. Here we have to choose between that fungus, which is deadly, and that green stuff, which is only harmful. So we go there. And then we pick up a revolver. Here we can see a girl passing. And the object of the game is to save her, and she has been captured by the main villain, the devil incarnate, and he has put her in a trance, and she's dangerous to get close to while in that trance. And she wanders around the whole game world while in the trance. Let's save again and wait for some more enemy to pass, and the moment he passed we will make it up here. and we will wait for another one to pass as well. Oh, there it is. This grate that popped up there prevents us from going back again at this stage. And then we can finish with that brown clock and take a full health power-up. There's another goal that needs to be saved. There are several goals that need to be saved during game, and we cannot save it now. We don't have the key to the chain that chains her to that iron ball. We will continue, and hopefully we have not been noticed by any of the green clocks, although at this stage we could make a run for it. We can't go through that door. First of all, it's locked, and for the other thing, we can't pass that purple chalice at this point. Now for the troll. We have been noticed by... Suddenly things got very busy here. We were noticed by a green cloak, and we were almost at the same time noticed by the troll. We managed to make it through the gate, and it closed behind us, so that we don't have to worry about being followed by any of the enemies. There's another full power up there, but we can't get to it past a tree, and we cannot go through that stuck gate, and we cannot go through that door because we don't have the key. So we will continue this way, and we will leave the troll behind us for the time being, and other enemies. We get a glimpse of the troll over there. That's the troll talking. There's another girl we need to save, and we can see the other door to that cottage. I will return to that because there is something magical about this cottage. We also noticed that I stepped on a water puddle. If you step on a water puddle and your health is 20 or lower, it will give you some extra health. Otherwise, it will destroy your bullet type of ammunition, not projectiles. And but there are also items that will destroy all type of projectiles. This is teleporter. It will actually teleport you into the castle-like building we saw in the distance. We can see in the distance here, we were close to that. We saw that the door was closed, but we can, or locked, but we can enter through this teleporter. And the passage to that teleporter will be blocked by a gate the moment we do that. And now we are inside the castle, behind the door that we saw from outside, and we can pick up this. And there is a fairy. She supplies healing infinitely. So when in trouble and you have the chance to visit her, you can go to her for healing. But so far we have not been able to reach her. That is a blinking skeleton lamp, and it's dangerous to be close to when the light is on. And that is a chest. A chest can be opened, the lock can be picked with a knife. That's the only way you can actually open a chest. Let's do that. We were a little close to that blinking skull lamp. Dangerous when the light is on, as I told you. We will see what's in that chest. And that was a cross. And with a cross we are able to pick up a purple-pink death chalice, poison goblet. We can drink that when we have a cross, but the cross will vanish from the status bar again, and we will need another one for the next death chalice. Let's go down to the basement and change to the revolver, and let's save the game. And there are some enemies ahead that we have to fight. Here comes the first one. He has a very interesting gun. It's bouncing projectile gun. I call that a plasma gun. When you shoot with it, the projectile will bounce off walls for a few times. Now we can pick up these health challenges. The gold challenges give you 25 health points. And let's take a look at this now. That over there is ammo box for the revolver. Gives you 6 bullets. The revolver can hold 6 bullets. That's an exploding ammunition box or bag left by the green cloak, and it's dangerous to step on because it will explode. It will, in this episode, only take 10 health points like you saw there. It did, but one should avoid stepping on them. Behind that door is a very dangerous enemy, and a cloaked boss. He uses a chain gun and hits you also with a max, a Hellbile, if you are close or around the corner. So we will not challenge him at this stage. We don't have enough ammunition and weaponry to do that. So we will have to go somewhere else. And here is another girl we need to save. It's the same key we need to release her from that chain. We don't have that key, so we need to do that later. And I will save the game. And now I will demonstrate something which is interesting to do. If we go here, we are prevented from going back by a grate suddenly falling down there or turning up there, whatever. We can do this, and behind here we can see that there is a trapdoor in the floor. If we fall down there, we are doomed, and as a matter of fact we are actually stuck now because we have no other exit. And here is a very big ugly worm, and absolutely no way of avoiding that worm if we went that way. And this was one example of me demonstrating what will happen if you sometimes do things in the wrong order. So we will not go that way now. This very dangerous plan, dangerous to be close to, can only be destroyed when you have the axe, the Hellbile weapon. Like some other enemies that can only be killed or destroyed with that particular weapon. Some enemies can also only be destroyed with an explosion, either caused by a nearby barrel, which we shall soon see, or by a rocket, because later you will get a rocket launcher shooting explodable rockets. And here's another trapdoor in the floor. We will fall down there, can't reach that chest immediately. And some more health. We now don't have any more plasma ammo, so we will go up again. And the moment we did, we came up at the very spot where another of these dangerous plants were positioned. So and that actually killed it. So that's also a way of killing such plants if they are on spots like that. Otherwise, you will have to use the axe for that type of plant. Alright, down again. And then we will go here. And there are no enemies here. We can just look into some of these gloomy cells in this dungeon. And here is a rather terrifying sight. But in fact, we need that axe because we need it to, like I said, in order to destroy certain types of enemies. And around the corner there is that big worm I talked about. But next to it are some explodable barrels, which we didn't see when we fell down there. So by shooting bouncing projectile, we will explode those barrels, and that explosion will kill the worm. Up again. And this means that we now can go down there, and it means we could do it actually, but it would not be wise, since we in fact have a cross we have not used yet, and that chest that holds another cross, so we shall not go there just yet. We will go somewhere else. And we will go somewhere else to get some more weaponry and more ammunition to take out the dangerous enemy behind that door behind us. And that sound is giant mosquito in a part of the forest we have not been to. It cannot reach you from here, but it might be just as well to shoot it. And now here we have another chest. We can open it. Inside that chest is in fact a death chalice, and at some point we have to pass through that door, so we might as well just pick up that death chalice using the cross we have for that death chalice. And now we are back here, and another thing is that when you move around in this castle-like building, it's kind of magical, because depending on from what angle you come, things will have changed. So now we can open this chest again, and that will reveal a monster hiding in that chest. We can't kill that monster yet because we don't have the axe. And you may say that's a good thing, because when you kill it, you can also pick up an item, a very valuable item that is in that chest. But we should not pick up that yet, and we are in fact not able to do it, because that, I can explain later, is an item that would ruin the game if you pick it up too early. And now we can go into that, through that door ahead, and we will confront a swarm of giant mosquitoes, partly obstructed by several exploding barrels. We managed to kill some of them, and now we can save. And there is also a chain gun enemy there. The black cloaks either carry a plasma cannon or a chain gun. Now we got the chain gun, and we need that definitely in order to defeat the boss cloak in the basement. And there is another enemy there. And we have to navigate all this poisonous slime here. And green barrels will leave that sort of thing, and you may find additional puddles lying around. There are also some white or grey exploding barrels, which does not leave any poisonous stuff. We can't pass here without stepping on at least one of them, but that got us through pretty well, and we can pick up some more health chalices, and we can see that there is in fact another chest there, and to reach that chest we can open this secret door. But we inside that chest we will find something that we will not use yet, and therefore we shall not pick it up. I will explain that later. And now we will return to the basement, and we will pick up another cross. The knife. And there we got another cross, and down here. And now we can see with those barrels that kill that worm, and we can go through here and pick up the axe. And on the way up, another health chalice. And now we are here and can pick up some more goods, ammunition and health. And now we can kill that plant, because that type of plant can be killed with the axe. And now for the big first big fight with the cloak boss. He is dangerous on corners with his axe, and he shoots with a chain gun. And he has that rather devilish laughter. Our health is low, but we no need to despair because we can go through that. And now we are in that part of the forest where the fairy is. And we could not enter this part of the forest from the forest side because of some deadly plants. Those green cloaks that notices, they may be appear here. If they do, it can be tempting to actually shoot them if they happen to come here, but that is not advisable. There one is, and it's not advisable to return that fire, because that will alarm the other, just like I said before. I think I noticed it, I mentioned it, that even if you got the revolver or some things to shoot with, to alarm all the green cloaks in the forest at this stage of the game is not a very advisable thing to do. So we will return to the basement through that. And that was that. As you can see, he drops a green key. I call that a brass key. And when you are in this game, you can see on the doors if they are locked, if they have a keyhole, and you can see from the handle and the key hole what color of key you need for a particular door. And so this is a brass key. And we also needed a cross to pick up that brass key, because this cloaked boss also dropped a death chalice. And now we can take and go back to the fairy again. And there is also a mermaid in the game that supplies infinite health, infinite healing. And you may have seen in one of the rooms we were that there were stained glass windows with these two ladies. And now we will continue, and now we can kill this monster. And when we do, we can pick up what was in that chest apart from the monster, and that is a van. And that's a rather useful thing, because it makes it possible to not fall down trapdoors in the floors. But for that particular reason, you must not pick up that van before you are sure that you don't need to fall down any such traps. And that was why we had to go there before we picked up that. That is to say, we couldn't go here after having picked up the axe or before. Anyway, now we can step on this and get another cross, and we can pay another visit to the fairy. And I can see there are a lot of enemies there now, and just for fun we might try to kill some of them, but that will endanger the situation later. But let's say that we just do that. Just for fun, because it's a thing that players perhaps will happen to do, so I may demonstrate the consequences, so to speak. It does not make things impossible, very far from it, but a little more difficult later, because we have Ara and the rest of the green cloaks in the forest. And we will continue this way. We have another cross, and that means we can go up to the attic. And we will change to the axe because we will encounter some enemies here. That's a ghost. And there comes another one. These ghosts, as well as these skeletons, can only be killed with an axe. I thought I should demonstrate what happened when you try to kill a skeleton with another weapon, but I decided to do that on a later occasion. And then we can open that secret door behind that mirror, which was breakable. Here we have a door which is locked with a gold. You need a gold key for that, and you also need 2 crosses to pass those 2 death challenges. This type of thing I have already, you may have noticed already in the game. It's a ghost jar. The ghost inside it is completely harmless, but the jar can be broken. It will sometimes block the passage for enemies before it has been broken. And we can open this door, and here we will find a silenced pistol. The silent pistol carried 21 shots at the most, whereas the revolver only got 6. It's actually possible to open some secret passages here, but in the end you will come to a locked door requiring the gold key, so we won't do that now. We will return to this place from another angle later, as you will see. Another of those ghost jars. And now I'll demonstrate something. I just saved the game, and we now need a particular item to protect us from hell sparks. You know, there's a skeleton in that room playing a piano which bursts hell sparks. The same type of sparks are spewed by the devil incarnate, that is the final villain in the game. And you will see that if we try to actually enter this room without protection against those sparks, you can see that they kill us very quickly. So we will not do that. We will go and fetch an item that will give us protection against that. But that item is a shield, and it only lasts for 30 seconds, and that's why you should not pick it up too early. You must wait for the right moment to pick up that item. And that was the item that is found within this chest. It's a Star of David, a shield of David. And then we switch back to the axe, because we have to kill that skeleton by the piano with the axe. And then quickly up the elevator to the attic. And we got rid of that skeleton playing piano, and we can do away with that one. But we did get close to those blinking skull lamps, and that's why we lost some health, so we can pick up that. And no, not to forget, we have to pick up what is inside that piano, and that was the gold key. We needed that. Now this is Sue's armor, and that armor is actually alive, and he is without an axe, and he very much wants your axe. So that is actually what going to happen. You can't pass him without him stealing your axe, hitting you on the head with it. We have enough health to survive that, but we will lose the axe. And that is a fake ammo box. It is not dangerous. You will not lose any health by it, but it will take all types of ammunition when you step on it, and we are not able to avoid that either. But there is another enemy, and I avoided alarming him because I didn't try to shoot a skeleton or anything else with anything that made sound. So we can try to shoot this type with this bouncing projectile. Now we will lose all ammunition when we enter here. And we have a health item there. And now it seems like we are able to go down again using this elevator. That was not the case because there is a bomb in that elevator, so we have to reload. So what to do now? In fact, we can push this window because that is a secret passage. And another health, and this cabinet can be pushed. And now we are in fact back where we found the silent pistol. And by pushing this window too, we will reveal a door. But we couldn't get through that door before we found the gold key in the piano, so there was no use doing that on a previous occasion. So we will enter here and pick up some more ammunition for the plasma cannon and also for the silent pistol. This cabinet can be pushed sideways, but it will then block the passage back. So there's a particular reason why we entered this place, because we could have just returned downstairs going through that door over there. But we need the bronze key, and we are going to get that from an enemy we soon will confront. If we had failed to do that, we could have gone back for it later, but it's definitely an advantage to do that on this occasion, when the first time we get here. We are blocked from going back, so we have to go through the room with that enemy, but we will do that and kill that enemy. It's a fireball shooting ghost of some sort. We could hear it says how it sort of wailed. Oh, we got him. We can pick up some more health, and then we will pick up the bronze key, orange key, and across, and now we go through that door. And we can see that by picking command on the cross, we can now pass the two death chalices. And now we have just about finished in this castle-like building. We have finished in the attics, and we can go down again. And there was the ferry, and down to the basement, and we can pay another visit to the ferry. Later on we can visit her coming from the forest side. Now things will be a little challenging, because we are going to get out of this place through this door, because we now have the gold key. And that can be a bit challenging, but I chose to do it really because players can easily get to shoot some of those green cloaked enemies while you are by the ferry, and I will just prove that although it's very advisable not to do that, it's not impossible to get on even if you have done that. So let's see now. Here is that was not a success, but I hope that I shall not have to spend too many attempts at doing this. Well, just about managed. And now about this cottage. We can't continue that way because of that fungus. And there's a door there, which is on the other side of the cottage, opposed to this door. No, we can't pass through this door now because we have the brass key, the green key. Our health is a bit low because we chose to take that challenge by alarming all the green cloaks, and but we managed to get through, and we are going to get further. But the magical thing about this cottage is that when you enter this cottage and you actually go out that door from the inside, you are actually that is actually a gateway to a completely different place. This is a Nordic forest, and the place you get to is a tropical beach. And when you go through that cottage the other way, the opposite thing will happen. So to get to the place that girl is held prisoner, you have to find a very secret passage. We will do that later. Now let's just try to get into this cottage. There is a green cloak inside here, but we can try to kill him by... Oh, that was a success. And we can still see into that part of the forest which we could not reach because it was beyond a stuck gate. But the moment we actually are about to get out again through that door, we will be transported to an entirely different location. And we will also lose all ammunition. So next thing is to pick up some ammunition and then some new enemy, and then change to the revolver. And the first enemies we met with were some gunslingers, and there are some others a way off who may try to shoot at us from a distance. Let's see, here's another. And the next one up is a rather dangerous enemy. It's a pirate with a missile launcher, a rocket launcher, and he's with exploding rockets. First we have to... he managed to kill himself, actually. That can happen, and especially on lower difficulty settings, the enemies who have exploding weapons will sometimes kill themselves, and you can even navigate so that you make that more likely to happen. Well, I think I shall reload this just to demonstrate that enemy. It seems that the way he notices me, that happens all the time, but I thought I should demonstrate. And I demonstrated it, and doing that I got killed. Shall we see? I have to shoot up that ghost jar to release him from to make him able to actually come closer. Let's see now. That was, of course, I didn't have to do this because I actually managed to have him kill himself. That was perhaps also a bit coincidental, or a bit accidental, really, that I happened to be in a situation where he a bit easily did that. And that was a blinking skull lamp. Now we have acquired the rocket launcher, and with that we can shoot the type of enemies that require that you need a rocket launcher to kill. The enemies that can only be killed by explosions, either by nearby barrels exploding or using a rocket launcher. The big worm was an example, and we will encounter more of those later. Now for another enemy behind here. That was quickly done. We can enter this cottage from this side now, and the fact is that we did that, and we will return on the other side, actually. But when we enter from this side and go through that door, we will actually re-enter the forest. Now we can go here, and there are some dangerous in the forest. There are fungi and some other dangerous growths which will kill you instantly. The same is the case with these jellyfish and these starfish. Starfish that you can find in some places. And we will pick up another cross. There were 2 of them there. One is kind of optional, but it is a nice thing to be able to go here to pick up another full health item, and then we go for this one and to use later. Now we are on the beach, and the first thing we will do is to kill some enemies around the corner here. When I think maybe I mentioned that when you step on those exploding ammunition bags, these green cloaks leave behind, you only lose 10 health points. But in some other episodes you lose as much as 50. And we can leave those for the time being, and we will change to the Gatling gun for these enemies. Now we are here, and here we can see the mermaid. If I has happened to use the term mermaid when I actually meant the fairy, I'm sorry about that. I'm not sure I did, but both the fairy and the mermaid will supply infinite healing when you are close to them. But because of these purple monsters, we can't get close to the mermaid on this occasion. At this stage, because they will slurp you up the moment you get close to them. Later on, you will be able to destroy them. The same thing, or almost the same thing, will be the case with some dangerous plants in the forests. I will return to that, which you will be able to overcome later, at a later stage. Now we will just pick up some rockets. The next thing is to actually sink that pirate ship, which is anchored there. And the only way to do that is to use rockets. We will have to take that full health item, and we will start to shoot at it. It takes 12, I think it is, good hits with rockets on all difficulty settings except easy, where you only need 6, I think it is. Another thing about the easy difficulty setting I probably did not mention was that the ghosts are not dangerous to be close to, nor is the wandering girl dangerous to be close to on the easy difficulty setting. The ghosts can be very troublesome when you have to change quickly between the axe and something else if they are actually in the same place as other enemies. So for that. Those seems to be good hits, but I still need some more rockets. There it went down. That was a success, and we can pick up some more rockets. And that, you can see that flag, Jolly Roger flag, is the only thing remaining. But there is also a key. And that's a very useful key, because that's a key we actually need. Because with that key we can go through garden gates or other gates in the forest, which are locked. The next thing to do is to recover the axe. And first we take that, because we are going through that door. We can't go through it directly, because we don't have the silver key. And we will do away with that, so that you can get closer to that window, which is actually a window we can see through. The girl came through that door now, and but that would still been impossible for us to sneak in behind her. And there we can see another girl locked in a cage, and next to her the thief, the armor, who stole our axe. So what we do is to alarm him with a shot, and then switch to the Gatling gun, the chain gun, and then we need to shoot him in the doorway. We didn't succeed with that, so we will have to try again. Either him or the... I don't think that was a good thing either. You have to manage to shoot any of them, some of them, either of them, in the doorway. Let's see now. If the gunslinger who was in there will come through the door. I think I'll reload actually, because the point is to actually shoot them when they both come in that doorway. But it seems that yes, this time I managed to make them drop in that doorway. And now we are inside. This is a troll house really, but the troll is never to be seen inside the house. But there are also other dangerous and strange enemies. I think we will waste rocket on that one. And we picked up some ammunition for the silent pistol. As you can see, there are in some of these rooms we have doors in front of them. There's some dangerous growths, and we can't go through that because we will get killed instantly when we step on that thing. And this means that in this house we can at this stage of the game not get to the central rooms. This house is between worlds, so to speak, and the wandering girl, she can pass through this house, and then and in that way pass between the Nordic forest and the tropic beach areas. Just like we do, but she uses a somewhat different path. Now for this room. We got to shoot him, and we can use that one to kill off some more. And now we got another interesting weapon. That's a spread fire gun. Like the chain gun, it is repetitive, machine gun like. Other weapons are not. You have to fire one at a time with the others. We can choose to kill that scalp, but we cannot pass there. It's a deadly thing there. And then we can enter this room. There is a ghost there. Ghost comes in different colors. The ghosts come in different colors. And another cross, and some more health, and some more ammunition for the spread fire gun. We haven't started to use that, but and then we will make it over here. And there is a dangerous enemy around the corner. We managed to kill him using this very useful gun. But remember, that gun is dangerous if on close quarters or in tight areas, because back bouncing projectiles will hurt or kill you. We can't go through there because the cyan key, I call that a platinum key, is one of the keys we do not possess yet. And that means that there are no other places we can visit inside this house at the present time. The game is actually in two halves, two parts, and we are still in the first half of the game. Now that we have recovered the axe, we can kill this plant. And we have also got the garden gate key. That means that we can go through that gate. We can open it because we have the key. But when we enter that next garden with the fountain, we will be attacked by a small swarm of giant mosquitoes. Not that many, so we shall be able to kill them, but we have to be aware they will appear here. And one of them got me. They are very quick, but I only take one hit by anything. I haven't saved since then. That was a mistake. Then I have to do a few things over again. Let's be a bit quick about this. Just for fun we can do that then. Also for 100% kill bonus. And here comes that red ghost. Switch to that. And pick up these goods. And spend a rocket on that. Back to this. And the enemy was there. And some more health. And the door we couldn't go through. And remember to save. I haven't started to save in different slots yet because I know a few secrets, but later on I will do that, and because it will be a wise thing to do. I think we are here already. Save, and then we shall be ready for this. That was a good thing. I just wonder if yes, the moment we went through there, we were noticed by one of these big orbs. They can only be killed by an explosion, but we got him. And now for this place. And we can pick up some more. We cannot go through that door there. The wandering girl, goes through that door. And in some of the episodes, you will sometimes have to wait for her, or time it so that you get to a door at the same time as she does, so that you can follow her through a locked door for which you don't have the key. But in this particular episode, you don't have to do that. In fact, you can't do that, because even if she opened that door, we could not follow her through that door for different reasons. Now we shall take on a very dangerous enemy, a skull boss in armor. He uses a rocket launcher and a chain gun. So we shall just alarm him and have him come after us. Sometimes he will take the route through the house. we are a bit low on health, but there were some more chalices. He got me. Try to be a little bit more careful. Well, it seems that they actually, just like that pirate, actually got himself in the end because he was shooting a rocket directly into the wall when I was making my escape, when I was running away. Let's just see that again. Will of course only happen if you have already given him quite a lot of damage. And because he has got a lot of hit points. Oh, the same thing happened again. For this demonstration I would have liked it not to happen actually, and I stepped on him, so I killed myself anyway. But it does happen because although he has a lot of hit points, that is to say you have to hit him a lot, he is very low. He is very close to being killed, and therefore he kills himself the moment I got him in a more satisfactory way. And but he drops a lot of poison, and that means that green poison, and that means that I need some more health before I can step on him. But this should be sufficient, because I think you lose 60 health point. And that got us the cyan key, that is the platinum key. And we can pick up that full health item. There's another gate, and we can open that gate. Remember when I opened the previous gate, we were attacked by some mosquitoes, giant mosquitoes. If we open this, we will be attacked by such a big swarm that there is absolutely no chance of escaping. Which, of course, proves that you are not supposed to get through this gate at this stage of the game. They come from everywhere, so that's impossible to survive. And that means we will go into the house now that we have the cyan key. I think we picked up all the health in this area. And we will switch to kill that plant. That piano there is does not hold anything, and you can't do anything about it. But later in the game, a skeleton will be at that piano playing, making it burst hell sparks. So we will have to have protection against that when that happens, when we reach that stage in the game. And there is another one of those purple here is the girl. She is in this part of game world, and we will see that she actually enters that door, but we cannot pass it. We cannot follow her. But know that we got the key. What I actually came here for was that I needed to pick up another cross, and there we got it. There we have another cross, and we can also pick up that extra Gatling ammo. And the girl comes that way, and we can enter the room from another angle. And that stuff there behind that door, as well as the skull boss, made it impossible for us to pass through that door following her. And especially that stuff, because it's deadly, you can't pass it. Here she comes, and we can take that, and we can kill that one, and we can... That chest holds ammunition for the silent gun, and we will just continue. We use the bronze key, which we got from the fireball ghost in the attic in the castle, and then we will start to shoot these types. And we can see that we can pick up some more ammunition and some from those weapons they left, and the girl will continue into the bathroom. We don't really need to go there, but there is an extra health power up there, full health power up, and a big worm, and that pink stuff will take some health from us, but I think we shall. I try to kill him so that I should not have to step on him. And that's a full health, and the girl continued through that door. We can't do that because of that starfish is little, and so that's her passage back to the forest. We have to use some other magical gateways to get back there. And now what will we do? Yes, we can enter this room. Not any very particular reason to do it, but we must have done. We would have had to do it to get if you had needed some more missiles, because there are at least a missile inside there. No, we don't really need to go there, but we may as well finish off with the enemies in that room. Another missile and some more health. I mentioned that picking up all the chalices, all the goblets, is necessary to get the full treasure bonus, as well as all the crosses and all the Stars of David, which are shields for you need for the Hell Sparks, and as well as the 1-ups, the full health power-ups also count as treasure. Then you get full secret bonus if you find all the secrets. You will have to go through most of them anyway, and then there is a bonus for killing all movable and some stationary enemies, but you don't need to kill all the stationary enemies to get the full kill bonus. There's another cross, but we will now open this passage. And does not seem to lead anywhere, but it is actually a secret magic gateway back to the forest. And this is this very secret and part of the forest which is on this side of the magical cottage. because this means they can enter the cottage in the forest part from this angle. And we will do that. We can pick up that, and now we can see that we are in the forest. And let's switch to this. Doesn't really matter because all the green cloaks have been alarmed by now, but still it can be wise to save the Gatling ammo so that we can use this to try to put down some of these. We can't shoot the troll with it, but we can try to get as many as possible out of these. He is actually saying "Her lukter det kristen manns blod." That is what the troll says in Nordic folklore, and it means that he can smell Christian blood. We got several of those green cloaks, and the troll cannot hit us from between the trees and the gate. Bullet weapons can shoot past trees and other things, but projectiles cannot do that. We are a bit low on health. We could I don't think we have any health left, so we just have to find a way to some health, and I don't think it should be so very difficult, but he got us on that attempt. Let's see now. Like I said, that gate will close behind you, so if I open it and then back off again, it will close, but when I go in the other way, then it will not close when I pass through it from this angle. I just have to I aim to get to that place, and it's also possible when you pass through the forest to get to the let's see. I have I find myself in a slightly awkward position, but nothing alarming really. I've been in a lot more difficult situations before, and health is a bit low, and frankly I don't think there were any health items left behind, or else I could have gone for them, but I honestly don't think so. So we just have to try to make it through here. That is to say, I think I will use that one to do away with some more green cloaks that I may come across. That means I have to avoid stepping on the water puddles. Maybe I should use that one. A bit difficult, and a bit difficult really, because I'm so low on health. I could see if I could find some more, but I shall not be able to get anything from the mermaid at this point, and I just go ahead to see if they just should happen to have left anything behind me. I don't really think I did. I don't think so. honestly. But like I said, I don't think the situation is actually alarming, but a bit difficult. This is, by the way, where the girl comes from when she comes from the forest. Seems to be no more health to be picked up anywhere. No. It isn't. So we just have to, but by making this detour, perhaps we have made that troll go away a little. Well, at least we can get to shoot some more of those green cloaks. Save in another slot. That was almost. There are some more of those green cloaks around. Perhaps I should try to wait for them at this spot. That did it. And now I can actually pick up that that health thing, and we have a full missiles and a lot of extra missiles to pick up. The troll can only be killed by missiles, by rockets, and it takes a few good hits, and more on the high difficulty settings, so that on the highest difficulty setting, or perhaps on the two highest difficulty settings, defeating the troll is almost more, practically more difficult than even to kill the devil incarnate towards the end. But at least on the extreme, I think killing the troll is more difficult, because you have to be very careful with good hits, and but this is a moderate, so I think it shouldn't be all that difficult to get him. And try to finish with the rest of these green cloaks. Careful not to step on the water, because our health is good, and that means that we will lose all the ammunition for the well, I can't step on it because I lost a lot of health. No, we have to do this again. Well, the thing is that I think I shall try to shoot him now. I just have to back out a little. Well, we can actually go back to the place we were at the start. And there's another girl. We can't save her because of the... And here comes the troll, and we can trick him by going back this way. and make it up into the forest again, and try to consolidate our situation a little, because we managed to distance him a little, and then we can actually, that's plant is why we can't reach the ferry at this stage from the forest side, but we can still go this way to get healing. I picked up another death challenge. This means that we have to go back to the house to find another cross, because he actually entered that place. And if we just wait for him to come that way, well, we managed, I think, to get out of the difficult situation. And the girl comes and says we have to wait for her to pass, so I just do that, I think. And then we are here and can try to, well, I did go in here to get healing from the ferry, and the troll actually followed me into this house. That is quite rare. Doesn't happen often. But, and now we will have to go back, and as I was about to say, when I was surprised by him having entered this place, is that now we will have to go back to the house in order to get another cross. And the reason for that is that what this troll actually leave us when we kill him is a big key. We need to release the girls which are chained and caged. And in addition, he drops a death challenge, and that's why we need another cross, because I used that previous cross on that optional death challenge just to clear the way a bit. Now, and then ready for the fight with the troll. Oops. To get some more rockets. And there is also another full health in this forest somewhere. I think it's in this direction. That was some ammunition for the silent gun. Ah yes, there it is. Let's see now where he can be. Ah, there he is. Got him, but I was too close to the explosion, so I died from that. Got him. And like I told you, we get that big key, and that is to release the girls which are chained and caged, but we need a cross for that purple chalice he also dropped. And we killed him now, but he will return later. He will return for the second time, but after we killed him the second time, in the second half of the game, he will be gone for good. So we just pick up that, and we can continue and save the girls. There was one girl at the beach we could have saved right from the start, and perhaps we shall go there and do that. And I will, I think first actually I will go and get some healing from the ferry. There she is somewhere. Where is she? Ah, there she is. Now we can save that girl. We could have saved her previously. But whenever you save a girl, a sitting girl, you that will make a small swarm of mosquitoes, giant mosquitoes appear. Meaning that you must be prepared for that and prepare to kill them rather quickly, because they can come from all different types of angles. We already have the key. You can see that on down on the left side of the status bar, but we didn't need that for her because she was not chained. We could have saved her immediately, and that we do that by moving into it. And then we will have some of these mosquitoes, and we managed to bring them down pretty well. And then and now we can see that on the status bar to the left, on the status bar, we have received one heart, and we get a heart for each girl we save, and in the first half of the game we will get 6 hearts, and that will make it possible for us to pass a deadly plant. I will return to that later. And here is a girl too. We can back into her, and here comes the mosquitoes. Not too difficult. That one was not too good. The first one was a bit difficult, especially if you were low on health and ammunition. This one was a little bit more easy. And that was 2. And there's another door into the inner rooms in this house. We can't go through that because of that thing in front of it, just like with that door. And here's another girl to be saved. And this shouldn't be too difficult either, because you can just shoot them. Well, yeah. But the next girl is a little bit more difficult to save actually, because that's in the middle of the forest and the mosquitoes will come from different angles. We got 3 now, and we shall have to save this girl. That was a girl we saw previously from the start. And oh, we have to use the Gatling. We haven't got much left of the Spitfire energy. There's another one. Oh, there it was. And that was 4. There are 2 more. Here we can see the girl, and she will then follow. She will then enter the place where we actually came from, and she will. Maybe we can see that from this angle. There's another girl actually. Well, we will see that she will pass there because she will go past a fungus which we could not go past around the corner up there, and that path will take her into the house again. We started here, but we could not go this way because of that. Now we can save this this girl. Oops, I lost that. I lost that ammunition. But so we have to. Shall we say? Where was I? Where am I actually? Ah yes, here we are. She will turn in there, and we can go here. Be careful not to step on the water. And these are some extra rockets we could have picked up while fighting the troll. Now we can save this girl, and there will be some more mosquitoes, I suppose. One from there. Oops, we went out of ammunition, and there was another one coming from behind. Better not waste too much ammunition. It may come from there if I just go here, and it will start to trick me, and oh yes, that's exactly what it did. But our health is good, so this shouldn't really be such a big problem. Always misses on my first, and I lost some health. I shouldn't really have so much trouble with this. Really, it shouldn't be that difficult. At least. Wow, it chooses to be a bit tricky. If I start to go the other way, it will come. And then there is one more. I saved the game before the last one. Good thing I did actually. There we got it. We got it. I went into that bomb. We have to take that. Last time. He's coming from behind, I think. Or wait. There he was. Just be careful not to step on that. I just had a plan to go here and see if there was something else here, but there wasn't. Later there will be more missiles, rockets in this forest, so you can pick that up later when they will be here. The moment we have 6 hearts, we can actually destroy that plant, because that's a last girl to be saved in this first half of the game. It's the 6th girl. that is the girl we saw before. It was the girl over here. They are pretty fast. That was it. Now we have 6. And the first thing I will show you, which you will, that players will hopefully notice, because it's a game about exploring, and when you see areas that you can't get to. Anyway, you are now able to go here. That stuck gate there has disappeared, and because you have 6 hearts, you can destroy that deadly plant by just walking into it. And we can demonstrate that in some other place. We can now go here and then get to the ferry from the forest part. These are the green cloaks we killed from behind there, behind those trees, when we visited the ferry from the other side. And now we can actually exit the first half of the game. In the second half of the game, we will save a few more girls, and after having killed the devil incarnate, we can save the wandering girl, because she will then be out of the trance and will not be dangerous to get close to. But that's still sometimes in the future. We are now finishing the first half of the game by entering that red ball. Interesting thing to see if we have 100% on everything. Ah, yes. Key ratio, seeker ratio, treasure ratio, 100% on everything. And then we will start the second half. And we start exactly where we were when we ended the first half, and we can save in a new slot and be ready for more adventure. We are in this forest now, and there is a revolver. Can pick up that, because what happened when we started the second half of the game, we lost all keys and we lost all weapons, but we did not lose the number of hearts we had acquired. And now we can go through this forest, and we can see that it's somewhat peaceful here now. But there is a purple monster suddenly appeared in that spot, preventing us from going into the this part of the forest. But we can go here, and here we will meet the fairy again. We don't need her service at the moment, but we can continue and find the brass key. But we cannot pass through that purple monster. It will slurp you up if you try that. Before you have 9 hearts, after you get 9 hearts, you can kill it in this episode. Now we are in this magical cottage again, and we will enter the tropical beach. And there are some death knights here, and we pick up their pick up a spread fire gun. And there are some more of them. That took care of all of them in this area, I think. And here we see the girl again. She can pass through that plant, but we don't have the axe now, and later on I will show you something else in this particular spot. But now we just have to enter the house through this door, which we went through before, and here is that, and that means we get the Hellebarde, the axe, and we can go here, but there are no enemies in this area. We can't go through there, and nothing new in this room either. But what you can see now is that doors that we previously could not go through in the first half of the game, we can go through, such as that door and all the other doors leading into the interior of this house. Although we cannot, because we don't have the platinum key any longer, we cannot go through this door. That blinking skull lamp hurt us. What I was about to show you was that when you kill that plant, then we can't go through there yet because we don't have the key to that anymore. But later I will show you that we could not have gone through that anyway. So let's continue. And we will start by going here. That's elevator to the basement of the house, and this is to the next floor. We can try doing that, but it proved not to be a good thing because there was a fake ammo box there, so we lost all ammunition. We can go here and kill these two green cloaks and see if there is any health. There was some health. We can't go through that door because we don't have that key. And what we can do is to I'll show you something. That door we just saw led into the library, and so that's this door. And here comes the ghost. But if you try to enter here, we are attacked by a very vicious reptile boss, and we are quite an outrageous sound. So we shall not go there that way just now. We will go here, and we can do away with that ghost by opening that door without being noticed by that terrifying enemy. We don't seem to have all that much ammunition, and that's a minor problem, I think. But I do still think that we can go down to the basement. I think we can try that. Because we get the ammunition from those fallen silent pistol and another health. There is a chain gun enemy in the next room, but he is behind some barrels, not poisonous barrels, but they are explodable, so we can try to do something about that. Yeah. Maybe we should save that for later, but at least we got the chain gun. We can go here, and we could actually step on that one and go through the next door, but it would not be a wise thing to do at this point. I may as well reveal that there is a secret passage behind that, in that wall, but that sound proves that we cannot go through there at this moment. Sometimes that sound will tell you that a secret passage needs to be opened from the other side. But in this case, it just means that we have to wait with opening that secret passage. So we will go back up again. And perhaps we should make it back to the ferry to pick up some more healing. Because we are a bit low on health, and we aren't exactly particularly high on ammunition either, but we will get some more soon. The first thing we have to do now is to bypass the reptile boss, so that we can get up to the next floor, to second floor or first floor. I think this is ground floor, and get up to the first floor without having to use this elevator. And we will do that by alarming this time, and then make a detour while he is busy following us, and be prepared for some quick action when we open that door. And continue, or we can use that ordinary revolver. We don't need to waste ammunition for the silent pistol. That reptile boss will usually stay in the library area, not following us up here, so we can risk looking around, and we can see that we are now in the place that we was before, but now we are also able to enter the inner rooms. We can go out here, some more oil, and a little more of everything. This chest holds the garden key. Last time we were here, it held ammunition for the silent gun. Now we got the garden key. And now we will enter first floor, or floor 2, I call it. Ground floor is floor 1. And now we will use the silent pistol to avoid alarming all the other, or some other enemies in this. And there's a cross, but there is a trapdoor in the floor before it, so that we can just demonstrate that. We will fall down and even step on some exploding ammunition. No point in that. So we have to wait with picking up that cross. We had to use some something so that we were actually alarming other enemies. Well, we lost some health on this, but I think we got that one. Is not blocking anything, so we don't have to destroy that. Our health is not exactly good at the moment. find some health in some of these bedrooms. Ah, I thought there was one more. Here is a secret opening, secret area, and Star of David, a shield protecting against hell sparks. We will not pick that up. Like I said, it only lasts for 30 seconds, but our health is rather low. All the same, we need to kill another fireball ghost and try to trick him into let's see. Where is he? Oh, there it is. Oh, got him. He doesn't actually leave you anything, but you have to do away with him, because otherwise he will just be around and shoot at you. And there is full health power up. And now it is an interesting thing, because I will demonstrate another thing that you must not do. Here is a chest. I think I can show you something else before we do that thing I talked about. She will go into that passage and apparently being eaten by that plant, but I will show you later where she reappears. Let's save the game. This is a chest, and it's that type of chest with a monster. If you kill that monster, no, alright, you can just kill it. But if you pick up that van, you do a very wrong thing, a very unfortunate, a very disastrous thing, because that means that you can no longer go down. You can try to kill that one, but you cannot pass here, and you cannot go down anywhere in any traps in the wall. So we might as well wait with doing anything about that one. We need to fall down trapdoors in the door, in the floors. Here comes a skeleton. You can just pick up that one for that one, because we need to go in here. And you can see that's a sea monster. You will have seen a lot of those sea monsters previously out in the ocean. They are dangerous to be close to, but you seldom have to. And you seldom have to actually kill them. But in this case, you have to kill that sea monster. It can only be killed with the axe. But we will not do anything else here for the moment. And I will now prepare for the fight with the reptile boss. And we don't exactly have all that much ammunition. I don't think we accidentally stepped on this. No, we didn't. But there is a lot of ammunition downstairs, so that should be sufficient. And here's another girl in a cage, in a strange black shadow behind her. I think this chest holds some ammunition for the silent gun. And let's go here and pick up some rockets. Because now we are going to fight a little bit surprised that I don't have any more ammunition than I have, but I probably spent a little bit more on that fireball ghost than I reckoned I would. But that will only make the battle a bit more challenging. Here he comes. Risk actually saving without saving in the new slots. He got me. I have no more missiles. I have to start shooting with a plasma cannon. Got to shoot myself with it when the door closed. I believe the same thing happened, that he actually killed himself, proving that when you play this on the lower difficulty levels, the bosses are not all that hard to beat. So just like with the skull boss, he actually killed himself. But that only happened because I had already given him quite a lot of damage. Let's see if we can kill him in the proper way here. Oh, stupid of me. That was kind of satisfying. I actually got him using the plasma cannon. And here we have a lot more health. And we can save that one for later. What we actually get now from touching that hideous stuff he is made of is a bronze key. Actually, in some other episodes he gives you the silver key, but in this episode you got the bronze key and you lost a lot of health stepping on him. So we can go and pick up this. And now we can actually go through there. proves not to be a very good idea. There's piano playing skeleton with bursting hell sparks. So and what we do is to go and fetch the Star of David. We can just take that one, I think. We can kill that one, but if we go where it stands, it's a trapdoor in the floor, and we will fall into a cell in a dungeon where there is a purple monster slurping us up. But we will go here. And when we pick up this Star of David, we can actually go back the way we came. We could have used a shortcut, a passage that we will use later anyway. But I think that I will show you how to do this by going the ordinary way back. For some reasons I will prefer to show you that. Let's see now. And we got to kill it, and when we do that we get the gold key, and we can do away with that ghost shard. But we can't get to save this this girl for two reasons. Actually, we have lost the key to the cage, but also because we can't pass that strange black shadow, and it is dangerous to be close to, and we have to find a way to get rid of that shadow. That shadow is also present in the three previous episodes, and the way to do away with it is the same in all episodes. So those who are familiar with previous episodes will know how to do it when they encounter that type of shadow enemy in later episodes. But I will show you how it's done. All the same, we cannot save that girl yet, but we can always get rid of that shadow. We picked up all the health in this area, but yes, there is one there we haven't picked up yet. What we have to do is actually fall down a water trap. That's why we had to kill that sea monster in that pool there, because we can fall down that. And if we had had the van, we would not have been falling down there, so we had to do that before we picked up the van. And anyway, we don't need a particular weapon, but we will fall down and we will lose a little health on it, unlike other trapdoors in the floor where we don't lose any health. So if we had taken this shortcut with the Star of David, we could have gone straight for that piano. But we had to come here anyway, because we have to do away with that shadow. And the way to do it is to turn on the lights. When you light up that shadow, it can stand that and vanishes. And that means we have cleared the path to the girl once we have the key to release her from that cage. And to get that, we have to defeat another cloak boss in the basement. We will go down to the basement. And Now that we got the gold key up, we saved that one. That was a nice thing to do. We can pick up all the ammunition here. There is a secret passage there, but we can only open it from the other side. And now we have to enter this here room. And before we do that, I will explain something. We have to step on that. That's the plant. When the girl is apparently eaten by the plant upstairs, she is appearing out of that plant. So to continue her path. Now we will switch to the rocket launcher because there are some worms in here. I think we got both of them with one rocket, but we need to step on them. But there was more health. We didn't need that axe because we already had one, but all the same we picked it up. We don't need that yet, but we can go through here. And now I get the chance to actually show you how it is to shoot a skeleton or try to kill a skeleton with anything but the sword, because that is exactly what we have to do. Because we can see there are different cells in this dungeon. That was the place we fell down previously. I showed you that. Here is a trapped girl, and there are some skeletons. That skeleton is actually blocking the secret passage that I tried previously. But in order to kill it, you just first have to shoot at it to make it fall down, and then come at you. And you have to wait until it gets past that fallen skeleton there before you kill it with a axe, because the moment you enter this place, a grate will appear in the passage that this skeleton will have to pass through. I will show you that later, but now we shoot him and he reappears, and we will wait for him here. Like that. Save. Now we can actually open that passage. But before we do that, we just as well enter this place, and what happened now was that passage was blocked. This passage is already blocked, and the moment we pass that, we will be noticed by the cloak boss, which is around that corner. We can't go there because of that bomb. And with his devilish laughter, and we can try to get away first, and then switch to use appropriate weapon, Schengen, to try not to get killed. Went into that bomb. I just stepped on some of that water. It made me lose all the ammunition. There, What we get when we step on him is that we get the big iron key to release the 3 remaining sitting girls, but also a death challenge, and that's why we have to go up to the floor upstairs in order to get another cross. And that's this cross, and to get it we will need the van to be able to pass that trapdoor, and to do that we shall have to kill this monster. First pick the lock with a knife and then kill him, and then pick up the van and go back. Oh, we already have 20 rounds with plasma ammo, and we can pick up that cross. There. We got that key. This means that we can now save. Oh, I just picked up another one of those, but it wasn't necessary. But like before, when we release these girls, we will be releasing also some mosquitoes. Oh, very quickly. Where are we now? Oh yes. That was it. Now we have 7 hearts, 2 more to go. And we can go up and save the girl who were in this room, who is in this room, I mean. And that shadow was one more to go. Yes, I think she is in the castle actually. Pick up that. This secret passage magical port gateway still works. and some more mosquitoes. Try to be a little more careful. I got to be a little bit too but now we actually have saved 9 sitting girls, so you can see we have received 9 hearts. But you can also see on that status bar that a very strange eye has appeared where the big iron key was, and that means something. It means that we can actually kill these big purple monsters by walking into them. That's for this episode. In other episodes there are other ways of getting past them, and some of the other episodes. This means that we can now enter this part of the forest. But I think I will show you something else first, because there were some other of these purple monsters. I could have shown you this later, but why not now? And by removing them you are also able to get healing from the mermaid, and that will be very useful later. The next thing we will do is to pick up more rockets. We can't go to this passage we used the last time. We can find one rocket there, but this into that area is blocked by stuck gates, and we can pick up more. Yeah, we could have always finish off that blinking skull lamp, but we would waste rockets, and we have to fight. We have to have another fight with the troll. The last one. The second and last fight with the troll. And that chest, we haven't opened that chest yet, and the reason for that is that inside that chest is a Star of David. When we kill the troll for the second time, we need a cross, so we need to find a cross in the forest, and we, after having done that, we need to pick up the Star of David, and I will explain why later, after we have actually killed him. But we must remember that it's important not to get to kill that troll this time in a place where you cannot retrieve the objects you need after having killed him. Let's switch to the rocket launcher. There will be some more rockets to be found.
Hello,
And here he is.
Hello, month blue. Hello, directed month blue. Hello, directed month blue. Hello, directed month blue.
I think I wasted some. I had some good hits, but
month blue. Hello,
and there are some other
month blue.
rockets to be found.
Hello, directed
them.
month blue. Hello, directed month blue. Tareke, Mount Blue.
Let's see.
Hello, Tareke, Mount Blue.
I thought perhaps there were some more.
Hello, Tareke, Mount Blue.
That was a bit too risky. For a moment I thought perhaps there were some more green cloaks down there, but apparently it wasn't. So we can...
Hello, Tareke, Mount Hello, Tareke. Hello, Tareke, Mount Blue. Hello, Tareke, Mount. Hello, Tareke, Mount Blue.
I was a little bit more lucky last time.
Hello, Tareke, Mount Blue.
Stepped into something.
Hello, Tareke, Mount.
Too bad.
Hello, Tareke, Mount Blue. Hello, Tareke, Mount Blue. Hello, Tareke, Mount Blue. Hello.
I wasted a few, but I think that was
Hello, Tareke,
some good
Mount Blue.
hits, but I will not risk that. So, like I told you before, saving a new slot, and for the new players, that means more often than I do it. I just stepped on some water and lost some ammunition.
Hello, Tareke, Mount Blue. Hello, Tareke, Mount Blue. Hello, Tareke, Mount Blue. Hello, Tareke, Mount Blue. Hello, Tareke, Mount Blue.
I think perhaps there are some more missiles I haven't picked up yet, but because I had to reload after picking up some of them.
Hello, Tareke, Mount Blue.
I kill myself by hitting him with a rocket when he's too close.
Hello, Tareke, Mount Blue. Hello, Tareke, Mount Blue.
Hopefully there are some more
Tareke, Mount Blue.
rockets.
Hello, Tareke,
Or else,
Mount Blue.
or else I have to go back to a previous save if I can't find any more rockets. But I think they should... Oh yes.
Hello, Tareke, Mount Blue. Hello, Tareke, Mount Blue.
hits were not very good, so wasting rockets. That was pretty good hits.
Month Blue.
And then we can pick up the rockets we have not picked up yet. Because there are a few more. If we are lucky, we can get them. Anyway, I don't think it's so much left before he is gone.
Month Blue. Hello, Directed Month Blue. Hello, Directed Month Blue. Hello, Directed Month Blue.
The main bosses in the game, unless I didn't mention it before, they are in fact not so stupid that they will not follow me to where these healers are, because then I could just have been standing, receiving infinite health, fighting them. So neither the troll nor the devil incarnate later will do that. They will not follow me into areas like that. Now we have at least 4 missiles more, and hopefully I shall get him with that, or else I shall have to go back to a previous save. Stepped on something. At least I got across, and if I manage to stay in the open, so to speak, I shall be able to go and fetch the Star of David after having killed him, and I will presently tell you why I need that. I just have to kill him and not step on these stupid things.
Month Blue.
It seems I may possibly have wasted too many rockets. Which means I shall be forced to go back to a previous save. That's a bit unfortunate, but it looks like it. Unless I can get some very good hits. Bad. And it's particularly bad because I think possibly I need more rockets, so I have to go back to a previous save. We just have to see about that. If I could only get him to...
Hello, Directed Month Blue. Här luktar det kristenmansblod. Här luktar det kristenmansblod. Här luktar det kristenmansblod. Här luktar det kristenmansblod. Här luktar det kristenmansblod.
No, this is probably not very funny. I just wanted to see if I could actually get him with these 4 dust missiles, but
Här luktar det kristenmansblod.
it appears I can't do that, so I have to go back to a previous save.
Här luktar det kristenmansblod. 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 Här luktar det kristenmansblod.
Oh.
Här luktar det kristenmansblod. Här luktar det kristenmansblod. Här luktar det kristenmansblod. Här luktar det kristenmansblod.
Good. I hope it was worth the wait. and I played a lot better now because there are still some rockets left to be picked up. Just see to that I don't step on anything. At least I got to save the game after killing him. And I lost some of the other ammunition, but it doesn't really matter because we don't need other ammunition from now on. And we killed him over here, I think. Yes. And we needed that cross because he dropped a death challenge. But you can also see that he dropped a teleporter chest. And that teleporter chest will take us to a room in the house, in the main house, which we visited on in the first half of the game, but which has been impossible to reach in the second half of the game. And for that reason we need we actually need a Star of David as a shield against sparks, hell sparks from a piano playing skeleton. And this means that we have to pick up this shield, this Star David in that chest, and then go to the where we kill the troll, and then enter the teleporter. While the shield still works. That was when in the first half of the game that there were no skeleton by that piano. That gave us the gold key. That is to say, that gave us the silver key. The silver key was in this second piano in this part, and we also get the platinum key. That means that we got what we need. The last thing now is to kill the devil incarnate so that the trance will be removed. The wandering girl, will get out of the trance. Here's a Star David, and there's an extra rocket, and we need that for a particular place later. That's why there is an extra rocket there in case you had lost or used all of them. And then we now pick up this Star of David. We need to do that when we get into this garden. But the first thing we do is to open that gate. We couldn't have opened that gate from the other side because a lot of the first time in the first half we could come through that gate from the other side, but in this second half of the game we could not do that because the swarms of mosquitoes would kill us. No, this time we can go through this gate and we will kill that one, and here comes the devil incarnate. We already went out of protection. We lost that, so we shall be a bit quicker. I spent some time explaining things. And when we fight this devil incarnate, we have to kill him with the axe, but we have to have protection with the and in addition he hits us with his claw, and we are vulnerable to that claw. Now we can get healing from the mermaid, and the devil incarnate will not follow us here. One thing that happened when we killed the troll the second time was that several new teleporters appeared in the game. And these teleporters will take us to a spot with a lot of stars of David. We can see them up there. You can see them along that wall in the distance. That's a place you can't reach in any normal way. By going through teleporters, you will go there and pick up, automatically pick up a Star of David, and automatically be instantly teleported to another place. So, and in the meantime, the Devil Incarnate will play hide and seek, and so it will be a bit difficult to actually get him in the end. But we have several stars of David we can utilize for that purpose. Now we can go in here and boom. And because there is one of these new teleporters up here, and that also gives us a chance to see where all those stars of David are. But maybe we will do that. No, we can't do that later. We don't have all that much health, so let's go here and pick up some from this. And hopefully we shall get to give that some hits with the axe, while he hits us, and then he backs into the ocean, and we have to get away and get some more health from the mermaid. But fortunately there are more stars available, so although we do not necessarily need them all, we needed a missile at least to get to this teleporter. It's possible to enter this cottage from this side too. And every time we go through such a teleporter, we are teleported to a new place, and we have to seek out the Devil Incarnate. Where is he now? He sometimes, or very often, starts to enter this house, and we run out of shield. I'm afraid of running out of shield. I did. So I made my escape in the right moment. There should be some left he's difficult when he is out in the ocean. You have to get him to get back. Um, oh, got him. And this time he didn't enter the house, but sometimes, very often actually, he does. So he is can sometimes be difficult to find where he is hiding. And that was, in fact, the end. We don't need to step on in, but if we happen to do that, we must make sure we have a lot of health, because you lose a lot by stepping on that. Okay, back to the mermaid. And now we have actually lifted the spell so that Henrietta, the girl, is out of the trance. All we have to do is to find her and touch her, and she will be, and the game is over. She will be saved, and the game will be over. She has a sort of complicated route. She passes through the forest and into the house, and then up the stairs, and then through that plant, and then from the basement up into the house again, and then out into the forest. It's possible to catch up with her by going the opposite direction, but there are several passages that she can go through which the player can't go through. So well, playing through this, I got into some trouble in some instances. I had to spend a little more time on killing some of the enemies than I had expected to do. Even though I was playing on the moderate. It's about a year ago that I played this the last time, I think. Not that that is an excuse. We also saw that some of the enemies using rockets could kill themselves if they had been shot a lot, and then try to hit you on a corner. And that was demonstrated in a couple of instances. That happens not so frequently on the higher difficulty settings. although it can always happen when they are low on hit points. There comes the girl, and we can save her by walking into her. And kill ratio 98, treasure ratio 91. That's for this level and this second half, meaning that there are some enemies left and some treasure items left. And you can see that we got the big hearts. The big pounding heart is a player's heart, and the heart that Enredi gave the protagonist is the big heart on the status bar. And then it's the victory hug, and total averages, total bonus, and ratios. Don't forget to play the other episodes in A Doll's House. I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you for watching. And welcome back next time. Goodbye.